Yo, what's going on, guys? Chord Master here. Welcome to Mastering Chords. In today's video, we are going to be looking at diminished chords. So let's go ahead and do just that. So diminished chords are interesting. Let me actually write down typically how they are like sort of seen. So if we're talking about, most of today's video is going to be on triads. All right, so diminished triads. There are also diminished 7 chords, which we will talk about in a subsequent video very soon. But today we're going to just look at triads, and I'm going to play a few different examples of diminished chords. So if we have a minor triad, which we've seen already in previous videos, I'm going to play a C minor. Okay. Or maybe just with the 3 fingers. All we need to do to turn a C minor triad to a C diminished is take the 5, in this case a G, and send it down a half step. Okay? So these first few videos are going to be more so about just sort of explaining to you guys how to play these chords. So when you see them, you know how to play them. On subsequent videos, we're going to talk about how to use them and things like that. I'll continue to like educate myself and learn what I need to learn to be able to kind of relay it over to you guys. But for now, let's take a look at another diminished chord. Let's look at F sharp. This is F sharp minor. So this must be F sharp diminished. One thing that I have learned about diminished chords, we talked about sus chords in the previous video. I'll have a link to the full playlist down below so you can take a look at that if you missed it. But we talked about sus chords, sus 2, sus 4. And we talked about resolving those to a major triad. And it so happens that a diminished chord also sounds really nice transitioning to the major triad. And one thing I wanted to kind of experiment a little bit with you guys here is I want to play first a C diminished to C major, and then I want to play the 2 chord in the C major scale, which is a D, and I want to play a D diminished to C major and see how that sounds as well. So we'll start with the C diminished. Right? That sounds good to me. Now, what about a D diminished? That's a D minor. Right? What about a C sharp? So the idea here is to really experiment. We're going to be doing these videos every single Friday. I was really excited and really motivated about the feedback and the reception of the last video that I put out on Friday, the suspended chords video. And I think that one, I don't know if I had this exact layout as I did, as I'm having today, but I just want to kind of continue to, you know, make small adjustments and small changes here to kind of make this end product like as on point as humanly possible, while keeping like my personality and myself in the videos, right? I think one of the videos that I put out, I kind of had like a rough script that I put together, and it just didn't feel as natural to just be able to talk and just, you know, just kind of go through it kind of casually. And that was kind of one of the main points of this 90-day at least sprint, I'll call it, that I'm doing here with these chord tutorials. So I definitely want to continue incorporating that. And I think maybe in the next video, we'll probably talk about augmented chords. And then after that, we'll talk about inversions, and then we'll kind of segue into the 7 chords, right? The most important 7 chords. Just as a little bit of a teaser, there is something that I learned about diminished 7 chords, which for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to write what it looks like that. And a diminished 7 chord is fascinating because in this case, we can see that there's a lot of diminished triads, right? There's this one, right? pretty cool exercise, just seeing what's happening. Okay, so yes, that is where we'll leave today's video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments below if this video was helpful, and let me know some other chord things that you'd like to learn. You can leave that information in the comments. You can definitely check out my Patreon if you are interested. It is free, and it is where I have my ongoing list of chord progressions that I'm releasing videos for those on Tuesdays. And today's video, of course, is coming out on a Friday. Chord progressions of songs that we all know and love. And I think I've released probably 4 of those videos so far. Yeah, I think about 4 of them. So definitely check that out. There'll be a playlist, like I said, in the comments below. And appreciate you guys being here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.